right, class, settle down. I have your half-term reports right here. Yes, I know, Master Russell. We're mathematically halfway through the season, so button your lip, child. As for the rest of you... Ricciardo! Nice to see your smile back on the grid, but I need to see that chirpy attitude knuckle itself down and prove to me why you deserve to be back in set F1. Last term, you weren't really applying yourself very well with the right machinery in McLaren House. Here's hoping that AlphaTauri House will be able to see you through. I can understand why it'd be nice to go back to your old machinery, so for now, based on your one report from so far, 6 out of 10, so not bad there. De Vries, Cardo, I told you to stop pushing to... Oh, Dr. Marco did it. Ugh, not again. His overconfidence going into this term was quite excessive indeed, and yet didn't seem to deliver on the promises that they would work hard, so underachieving. I have to put in signatures there. Yes, I understand Dr. Marco can be a little bit harder. He was obviously very well acknowledged, but that doesn't necessarily mean he can blame other people for his own issues. Perhaps if we were to go around again, he should have chosen Mr. Vowles. Best of luck to you, Vries, regardless. 3.5 out of 10. Sargeant! Yes, I know you were thrust into this class, Sergeant, but for your own benefit, a kilometre is 1,000 meters. I can see from my notes that you do have room for improvement, but I'm sure that Mr. Vowles will see him right in the end. Good to see your understanding of tires has increased since Monaco. Good job in Silverstone, dear boy. Knuckle down a little more, and here's hoping you can get some better kit for next season. 6 out of 10. Oh dear, what's this, Magnussen? Your report was so glowing last year. What's going on? I don't seem to have seen much from you this year. It's quite weird, baffling. Care to explain that, Magnussen? You're saying the Haas car wasn't being developed properly. We've had that excuse before, Magnussen, from many people, including Master Grosjean. Magnussen, we all understand that your Haas car isn't the best out of there, but you can't carry on complaining. You must make do with the kit that you have. I mean, look at Master Hulkenberg. He's being able to do stuff with it. Perhaps you might know what Master Schumacher felt last year. Or else I get a feeling that Mr. Steiner will be having some words with you. Try not to smash his door again. I want to see more from you. I know what you can achieve, especially what I saw in your Brazilian homework. 3 out of 10. Tsunoda? Tsunoda. Glad to see you're still around. I know Dr. Marco must like you. I do see from my notes here saying your temper is a little bit on the, let's say, confrontational side. You might want to sort that out for your 4th term. He really does need to sort that out for your 4th term. But I don't see why you can't be part of this class for the short-term future. I do see some good in you. Perhaps Mr. Horner might offer you a slot in Red Bull House in the next coming terms. We'll have to keep an eye on you. And don't let Master Ricciardo unsettle you. I know he has a habit to do that with some of his classmates of old, but don't worry. Master Vettel managed to do great things after that. I'm pretty sure you can as well. Do use your sense of humour to counter it. I know he has a very good sense of humour. But I know you're doing the best you can. I know the AlphaTauri department is having trouble at the moment, so 7 out of 10 for you. Zhou? Zhou. 5.5 out of 10 I've got down here. Unexpected application of your bowling skills. Not in the classroom. I suppose Master Bottas taught you that. Your application has been reasonable over the last couple of terms, but I do note here that your conduct on the radio regarding Master Tsunoda in Spain leaves a little bit to be desired. Sort of turning into the boy that cried wolf there. Nonetheless, your improvement from last term is adequate, so perhaps more of that later on in the next part of the term. Bottas, 4 out of 10. You seem to be rather quiet here, Master Bottas. It's rather unlike you. Is something amiss, perhaps? Perhaps you're missing the days of Mercedes House. I know, that was a very good time for you, but you must move on. Mr. Vasseur hired you for your absolute good leadership skills in Mercedes House. We're not really seeing much of that. I know we're seeing a different haircut, but we must see more of that. You don't want to be letting down Mr. Seidel, because he's put heavy investment in your future. You must really achieve more, boy, more. Especially when Audi House comes to effect. I know you'll want to impress in that. Hulkenberg, aren't we a clever clogs, Master Hulkenberg? Very impressive qualification form. Perhaps we might have a role for you in other houses indeed, but for now you are a gift to Haas House. Mr. Steiner should be lucky to have you. Let's hope they can figure out their tyre issues for next year, and perhaps their car and then that right size of tyres might actually work wonders for you. I'm very pleased to see you back, Master Hulkenberg. More of that, shall we? Albon. Oh, Albon, same goes for you, Master Albon. I've got a 9 out of 10 for you. Mr. Vowles must be very proud to have you. Your Canada homework was exemplary. Well done. Your application to Williams House is remarkable. Oh, and I understand here that Red Bull House wanted you back. I'm glad to see you actually were able to dismiss them. They were absolutely wrong to dismiss you prematurely. Williams House will be an asset to set F1 with you around. Do keep it up. Gasly. Oh, dearie me. 5 out of 10, Master Gasly. Not settling in with the French house is quite a surprise, really. I understand that you have made up with Master Ocon. You have made that very clear many times, and that your machinery isn't up to snuff. It does give up the ghost. I do have a note that Alpine House is the most unreliable of the season, but I've not really had much to say in regards to your potential as well. I know you had a rather anonymous time of it at AlphaTauri House last year, but you've had moments from time to time. I can't be too harsh with you, but still, you do need to pick yourself up, boy. I'll be having words with Mr. Rossi, by the way. I know that he's been able to talk some sense into you. Oh, what's that? Mr. Rossi's been dismissed. Oh. I'll learn the other guy's name soon enough. Piastri, 10 out of 10. Excellent work, Master Piastri. You really showed the doubters what for, haven't you? Mr. Saf now should absolutely be spitting feathers at the moment. Faultless season from you thus far. I know that in Canada your homework was a little bit messy in the qualifying stages, but I can't really be too harsh with you. I've already said many things about you in my other notes. I shall leave an example up here for those concerned, but not bad at all. You are slowly becoming my favourite boy there. Wonderful stuff. Mr. Norris will learn a lot of wonders for you. I can easily see him being a world champion with your skills and lighting a fire up his bottom. Ocon, 6 out of 10. Ah, yes, SD bestie, as the cast room would like to say. The playground favourite. I will rate you fairly, considering what Gasly is having to be going through. Your Monaco homework was very, very good, but as for the rest of the season, your application doesn't seem to be high enough, and I know your machinery is letting you down somewhat, but you shouldn't be letting that get out of the way. You should make the most of it while you can. And I am noting a rather curious coincidence with some altercations with your classmates. 2 times this half of the season. I understand that outside factors are not helping in such matters, but you don't want the naysayers getting in the way and trying to make something out of nothing. Try to recall your 2021 form, Ocon. I think you'll be fine. Stroll! Master Stroll, 2 out of 10. You are very lucky your father has deep pockets there, Stroll. I don't understand what's going on with you. You've shown your moments in past terms. Sometimes you can pull it out of the bag, and then other times you're playing pinball with the barriers. What's going on with you, boy? This is not what Aston Martin House needs right now. They're putting a lot of investment in you with all of their new equipment, and you're making a mockery out of it. See me after class, Stroll, or else I'll be putting you in the corner over there. Don't want that. Norris, 7.5 out of 10, I see. Stiff upper lip, dear boy. I understand that times were tough at the early part of the season, but things are going good for McLaren House right now, so you should really be making the most of it. Your dour attitude is really not helping the matters. Mr. Brown thinks the world of you, so do have a good sunny disposition there, boy. But that being said, excellent work in this last few homework sessions. They have been very excellent. Double podium, absolutely splendid there, boy. Here's more to that for the rest of the term. I believe Spa will be really good for you. I believe you have a chance for being top of the class for once, but I must acknowledge the early mistakes you made with qualifying earlier on in the season. That has to be addressed in this particular assessment. 6.5 out of 10 for you, Leclerc. I do feel for you, Master Leclerc, I really do. Ferrari House are not quite the same as they used to be. They are in a state of flux at the moment. However, the results aren't quite there to really reflect on what you're capable of, Master Leclerc. They are quite there. You're more than capable of that. Perhaps we might need to supply you with some new radio equipment and an engineer. That might be actually something to say. That should help you out there, but not much else to say, but do keep trying. Same goes for you, Sainz. 7.5 out of 10. You are faring slightly better. Your confidence is improving. Effort marks are deserved. I believe you saying your tutors aren't providing you enough feedback. You're having to work on the fly. Yes, I understand that. And excellent work for being able to adapt on said fly. Ferrari House need to hang on to you going forward because they really need to get some stability, so I can't blame you too harsh. Perhaps Audi House should look into you for future matters. The rumours, I think, are quite justified. Russell! 7 out of 10. Blimey, Master Russell. This isn't quite as glowing as your last term report. What's going on here? I can see some limits of Master Verstappen in your work after the Baku incident especially. Try not to get in too many fights with Master Verstappen, otherwise it won't be a good look, especially since you're the head prefect of the Grand Prix Drivers Association. You should be showing better application. Keep the placards to a minimum, boy. I can see some potential in you, and you will be leading Mercedes House eventually, but just be patient, because Master Hamilton does have a glowing assessment and back catalogue. And speaking of the devil, just the man, you've also had your moments. I give you a 7 out of 10 here, but you can do it being not so dramatic over the radio. I do understand that Mr. Wolf is also being a little bit melodramatic over the radio, saying F2 cars are the thing, but that is a little bit over the top. You really shouldn't be following by example, boy. But that being said, not bad overall. Alonso, 9 out of 10. Showing the young boys what for, eh? Shame that your form has kind of waned in the last few periods, but nonetheless, not bad for the early part of the term. Very nice there. 6 podiums, not too shabby indeed for the old boy. Yes, I'm aware that you're older than myself, but I'm the teacher here, so shut up! Let's see some more of the initial work in your latter half of the term, shall we? We can have a very lovely term report for you in the end. Perez, 5.5 out of 10. Now, as Mr. Horner has observed here, you are far too hard on yourself, Master Checo. You can do better than this, I know you can. 2021 term was exemplary for you, but stressing out about your classmate and what he's up to, that's not going to get you anywhere. That's only going to make things worse for you, dear boy. I expect better from you, and your street smarts are absolutely excellent, so you should really apply those lessons into your main catalogue of conventional circuits. So, try not to let the pressure get the better of you, because otherwise you're only going to suffer, and you might not be long for this set. Now, Verstappen, 10 out of 10. Absolutely excellent. I really have not got much to say about you, dear boy, except for the fact that you are a little bit of show off on the radio. Try and curb that enthusiasm, but nevertheless, I cannot deny that your skills are absolutely wondrous. I'm pretty sure that most of the class will be absolutely in wonder of you in the next few years, once everything is sort of faded into the background. Now, alright, class dismissed. I shall see you all in Abu Dhabi.